Good day, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode, of Podcast with Snaps, guys. Today, here's my special guest, as you can see, and I'll let the guest introduce himself so that we can also dive into the content, the questions which are going to be intriguing for the viewers, right? So, over to you, man.
Shout out. My name is Mashego. I go by Steve from NST as an artist. That's my stage name, but yeah. Today, my main point of being here is to promote my business, which is Saint Ventura. That's a clothing company, more exclusive streetwear, actually. That's the kind of vibe that we're going for. Yeah. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here on your very first podcast.
Shout out.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah, so I can hear that you say that you're doing music, also you're doing a clothing brand, right? I want us to start with the clothing brand, or give us a foundation story of how did you come up with Saint Ventura?
Yeah.
And also what does it stand for? For the viewers.
Yeah, I've had this idea for a very long time, I'd say. It all started back in primary school, but it started when I was working for my friends. They had a clothing brand called Trap Rose at that time, and I was training at school. So they basically gave me the foundation of like how to start a company and how are you going to market it, and all the kind of basics of like how to get quality clothing and stuff like that. So they inspired the whole thing. But yeah, there was a time where even my mom knew about it. Guti, I was selling other people's stuff, and then she was just asking me like, why don't you sell your own stuff? And from there I had a lot of ideas. It went to Perspective. There was another clothing brand that I was working with, and then now finally I can say Saint Ventura. It's taking all of those assets, those good sides of the brands that I was working with, and incorporating them into one big thing. Took me a while. I'd say it took me maybe 2 years to really understand what I was actually going for. So there was a full year where I was just going quiet, going to designs, finding a name. And Saint Ventura, I really found it when, for me, I'm the kind of person who's, I won't say I'm not judgmental, but then I can try and help people whenever I can. So that's where Saint really stems from in the brand name. It's just to really help and give good so that you receive good and stuff like that, And Ventura just means fortune. So the brand is to gather fortune by doing good, and that's the main meaning of the brand.
Shout out, man. So I understand that besides running a brand business and also a music business, you are also a student. Right. Yeah. So like, what are you studying? Which year are you in? Things like that.
I'm doing operations management right now. I'm in the extended side of registry, so doing 4 years for a diploma. And then I'm planning to get an extended diploma, but right now I'm in my third year. So next year is the final year for a diploma, and then we can look at the advanced diploma. And I think the course really helps me. The course is really more about manufacturing, about finding the best ways and of doing things, the best methods. There's method study, there's work study. So it's all about finding the best methods to reach a certain outcome and saving time, saving costs. And that's how it also helped me with the brand. So it helped me understand that you need to have a variety of suppliers, so you can go against and see which kind of product you're really going for, and if you are able to scale it, do they have the facilities to do so? So
because as like you were saying, like the course is helping you with your business. I was about to ask what you're studying, is it really, really helpful? Because I understand that operational management, also it's more like business management. There's operational side of things, you understand? And also like you're gonna learn like all your systems which you need to have, all the type of risk and whatsoever. So I think that if you can be able to dive more into how did the course help you, like in terms of your business, how do you maneuver through these type of situations, you know?
Yeah, the first thing that we started with when, I started with the course about operations management, I didn't really know or have the grasp of like what is operations management, but then I learned management services are also doing the same modules as we are doing. So it's all about management in different varieties, in private sector, public sector. But it's all about finding the best ways of doing things. So when it comes to business, the first thing they'd ask us when we came to operations management, when I came here to UJ, is what is productivity? And that is a simple thing. You'd know like productivity. You know what the word is.
But we're not the same, you know. My interpretation can be different.
It can be different, yeah. But it's something that you've heard before. It's something that you know, and you know productivity. So it's all about, you being able to produce an X amount of items with using the least amount of resources, least amount of time, and also making sure that the people who are producing for you are, kept happy with the ergonomics. Are they comfortable?
Yeah.
How are they doing their work? Because it's all about, there's a lot, even HR is in it, it's based on like producing, making the best out of all the assets that you have. That could be machinery, could be the labor that you also have there. So it's all about getting the best out of it. Yeah.
So, no, I want to ask if Saint Ventura is a registered business.
Yes, definitely.
It is.
It is registered.
Yeah, and because the reason why I'm asking you is that people think that registering a business on its own, like it doesn't have enough benefits. That rather than you coming up with an idea and then also just pushing it in the streets also. For example, I've registered live through snaps. Understand? So I understand that in the process of registering, there's also, you have to register for SARS and whatsoever. You understand? And with you having all those documents, you can be able to like put your company on the government list, like for tenders and whatsoever. So you know how South Africans or people are. I don't want to say South Africans because they can, because they be like, no, since you're looking for tenders, you want to charge the money and then not deliver the work, things like that.
That's the standard here in South Africa. People just receive the tender and then they give you a 10 million tender. You only use 2 million in the project. And those are the things that we really see, like stadiums are not complete, road sites are not complete because of the corruption that we have in tenders. But I do agree.
So man, since we've covered that you are a student and also a business owner on the side, what I wanted to ask you, which is part of the questions I had, was that how do you juggle the demands of being a student and running your own business? Do you have like any tips for staying organized for the viewers at home?
Yeah, there are tips, but what I do want to disclaim first is that the course that I'm doing is allowing me, it's actually pushing me into the space of business, because that's exactly what we actually have to do. It's all about finding an improvement in a business and getting paid to do it. So that's really what we have to do. As though there are other courses where they are really, tied. There's a lot of time. You don't have that much time because of the course. Sometimes you have to, go to some facilities, you have to go to the lab, or maybe you have a project which you have to go visit a hospital and do some work there, maybe if you're in the emergency sector. So there's a lot of demands that come with it, But what I do have to say is that we came here to Jozi for education. That's the main thing that we came here for as students. So make sure you get done with that first. If they give you a project now, do it now. If it's a group project, just tell them, I'm gonna do my part now because I want to save time. And it's easier when you start working on your schoolwork now, so that you don't have to procrastinate for a long time. And even if you do procrastinate, you don't have that much work to do left because you did a lot at the beginning. So as soon as you hear about a new project coming in, especially from school, start with it now. So you already have an idea when you have to work. You don't have to take as much time with it. And then the other side, when it comes to business, it's very good being in Johannesburg, especially when you're running a business, because there's a lot of exposure. And here, there's a lot of markets that you can dive into. It's a nice thing when, for me, I'm selling clothing. It's a clothing brand, streetwear. That's exactly what the young students are looking for, the graphic kind of clothing. So it makes it easier when you are living in your market.
Yeah.
So once you have that opportunity, you can actually talk to your potential customers. See what are they looking for, what kind of designs, what kind of product are they looking for. Maybe it's a service company. What kind of services are they looking to get from you? And then that's where you can specify what kind of job you have to do for a specific client.
Yeah.
And that's how you gain your clients, because you are in the space, you are available, people know you. You just have to express yourself.
Yeah. So I can hear, like, on the school side, mostly what you spoke about is being able to prioritize the things. You understand? Yeah. As I feel also, as I'm a content creator also and also a student, like, being able to prioritize helps you free up a whole lot of time from your schedule.
Yeah.
Right? And also you're avoiding burnout as well. You understand? And then on the business side, I heard you speaking about students.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question is that having this period of time being here at the race and then having to go back home, you understand? Now I want the question to be based around your target market. I want to ask you personally, when it comes to Saint Ventura, what is your target market?
Yeah, our target market is students who want to stand out, who want to wear exclusive clothing that no one else has. I don't know if some people have this feeling where you are wearing something, you feel like you've really done out your job, or you've really styled out.
Yeah, so I was saying, the question which I was referring to is that since you spoke about students, bear in mind that if you stay here at the race, you're not going to be here at the race full time.
Yeah.
From January to December. There's a lease agreement. There's also recess in between. Understand? So, what is your target market when it comes to Saint Ventura?
Yeah, our target market is young adults who are looking for graphic clothing, who are looking for specialized designs, customized designs, but very exclusive. That you can't just walk around seeing other people wearing the same clothes. Like sometimes when you style out, you really want to stand out. Good, yeah. This is how people can recognize this is you as a human being. This is your style. But then as soon as you go somewhere and someone's wearing the same thing as you and you guys at the same place, it doesn't feel special anymore. So the nice thing about this brand is that we specialize. We have specialized orders. So we can give you a customized item just for you. So we know that, this is the t-shirt that you like. No one else can have that design. Other designs are sold. The ones that we really keep in the flow are our caps and beanies. Those are the ones that anyone can buy. Yeah. But when it comes to hoodies, t-shirts, it's always, everyone has a different one. There's no one who's bought the same two different ones. Because I'd always tell them, look, you may like it. I know it's a good design. Yeah. Someone has it. And me, I can also design a different one for you, so you can stand out. Have your own interpretation of like what SV is. Because at the end of the day, you have to take it in for yourself. You must style who you want to be and how you want to look. Yeah.
So, would you say that since you said your main target is students? Understand?
Sure.
So let's say I'm a 35-year-old father or brother. Understand? So have you ever encountered customers in that range of age who said, "Yo, I'm interested in this. Can you please supply me with this?"
Yeah.
And also, are you open to like broadening your target?
Yes.
Understand? Because remember that there are also older people who are into fashion, right? And we know that majority of the Gen Zs, which is the 2002s all the way up, they are big. Like those ones are big on clothing. Something which has graphics in it. Because we know that graphic designing, like on clothes, it has a way of popping.
Yeah, there's a pop. Yeah, that stand out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to understand if have you encountered those type of clients, like your elders, your brothers, who like, "Yo, can you please produce me this kind of thing?"
I have encountered such customers. I've encountered 50-year-olds as well who just want simple designs. Because they don't really want to have too much graphic things, because they like a simple design. Some of them we had an order where to do polo neck shirts. So it's just simple. We had like a small Saint Ventura there, just simple design for them. So we have a big market,
Yeah.
But obviously we have that market that we target.
Oh yeah.
So obviously there are other people who do come in and also want to buy the products that, you know, we also explain to them, now we can design one for you, can have something that fits your style, something you don't have to change the way you are just because, you know, of the brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, majority, we say it's the target market because majority of the sales and majority of the customers come from the young adults, from the students.
Oh yeah.
So compared to, you know, older people or even, you know, children, because at that age, you know, they want something that will resemble them. Children would want something that will like have superheroes or something at that kind of style. But then when you start going at 16, 15 years old, start moving up to like the young adults, under 25, under 26, that's where we really see the gap, where people want to, you know, style out with like, you know, that Y2K kind of style, that streetwear kind of style, baggy clothes, black on white, white on black. Very distinctive designs. That's what they are looking for.
All right, man. Shout out for the response, you know. And then what I want to know is that, like, what's been the biggest challenge you faced trying to grow your business while living in Res?
Yeah.
You know? Because understand that there are some students who be like, if you're selling your hoodie for $350, like, can you please sell it for me for around $200?
Yeah. There've been those challenges as well, because at the end of the day, you know, we know what student life is, res life, and we know as a company, St. Ventura, we also know Uti, you know, as a student, on average, every student would get 1.5 a month on average. So obviously they don't have to get groceries, they have to have other necessities as well. So we are also looking at the timing of when, you know, NSFAS hits. You know, when NSFAS, things go crazy, students go crazy. It's time for them to, you know, they want to style out. So it's the timing to know how we can help the students in terms of like how they can also bring our fashion to the streets. So what we do as well, we do planned payments where they can also pay monthly until they fill up, you know, the whole order.
But like, don't you get like any troubles of people failing to pay?
Nah, because what we do, we take a very, if it's a customer's...
All right, man. So if I can continue, right? So what I wanted to ask you also is that, just a disclaimer, viewers, I have questions here. You understand? But
just so you know.
Yeah. So like, have you ever used your Rest Life network to help grow your business?
Definitely.
In what way?
Res Life, man. There's a lot of students here. There's a lot of students who have, you know, they call themselves influencers, you know. They are...
but the way you're putting it, they're calling themselves influencers.
No,
it doesn't even like you're throwing shade, my guy.
I'm not throwing shade, bruh. The thing is, anyone can be an influencer. You can call yourself an influencer and say you are influence. End of the day, you influence. If you have influence, you're an influencer if you have influence. So anyone can be an influencer if they want to, even if your influence is small. So we work with a lot of people, graphic designers. We work with, you know, we've also worked with Life Through Snaps, you know, to cook up a photo shoot for SV, you know. We work with a lot of, I'd say, businesses instead of, that's how I'd look at it instead of saying influencers. I'd say they are a business at the end of the day. They are a marketing business. So what we do, you know, we do photo shoots with the people. We also, you know, talk to them about like the last thing that we discussed about if they want to sell and how much commission they want to get. But yeah, we really believe in collaboration. That's how the brand really works. Even down to the suppliers, it's collaboration throughout, because that's where the best ideas come out. When you share ideas.
And then what's one piece of advice you would give to another student who wants to start their business while they're still in school?
I'd say there's different things that you can do, because a business can stem from passion, but also a business can stem from necessity. So it depends on like what kind of products you really want to sell. So as a student, you can just decide, Guti, you want to start a business where you are going to be delivering groceries to everyone here. And one thing you can do is make flyers, go door to door at your res, make people know of the services and the goods that you're offering
the marketing of the business.
Yeah, and be persistent, you know. Be persistent. It mustn't be a thing, Guti. You come only at that time and that time. Make sure that when you are marketing your business, people they must know where to find you. When they are looking for this thing, they know where to find you. So keep promoting it. Go door to door. Let people know. Have some kind of sale. Have some kind of competitions. Something to get people who they must feel something. They must feel like, I want to be a part of this. Because they could win something. You know, even if they don't win something, they also gain more knowledge of your business because they are trying to win. So they, either way, it gives you exposure. Because they're gonna talk to their friends as well about the business and say, "Hey, bruh, I entered this competition," or "Hey, there's this nice T-shirt that I saw," or "Hey, there's this guy who does nice services." Maybe even if you want to clean clothes, or maybe you want to do washing clothes, that's also another business that students can do. But obviously you'll need the time. If for any business, you'll need the time for it. You need to plan for it, and also when you are providing it, especially when it comes to services, because a good is that one-time exchange, but a service you also have to plan the time that you're gonna do. So you can just go around and say door to door, if you're feeling lazy, I can wash your clothes for 50 rand, and just do that maybe once a week. And you'll see, okay, there's results. And then once you see the potential, you're going to want to do more.
Do more of it.
Yeah. You're going to see. Because you want to expose yourself.
As you speak, I've picked up two things, you know. One key thing is about the marketing strategies, which I want to ask you, like, what strategies do you use? As one you've mentioned, it's like word of mouth or like going door to door, you know, which falls under word of mouth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's word of mouth and there's door to door, but
I think door to door, it's more of a direct approach.
Yeah. I think word of mouth is where you are and who the people are around you, and you just start having a conversation about your business. But door to door is where you go directly to each person would say, okay, I'm going to do this.
So are these the things which you are doing, or there are other ways?
There are other ways. There's a lot of ways that I do this thing, because like I mentioned before, there's also the music part that I do. I make music. I produce music for a lot of artists, especially who are based in Nelspruit, where I'm from. So NST 013 represent. That's the kind of music that I stand for. And there's a lot of artists who really want to use brands as well. It's an artist who's artistic in music, but they also want to stand out in fashion. So in that way, that's how we also do with the collaborations with people who are creative, because our brand is made for creators by creators. That's the motto of our brand. So what we do is definitely we give them pieces. They can do maybe snippets, music videos here and there, and our brand will also appear here and there. So
so, and during your time as a student and as an entrepreneur, right, what skills have you developed? You understand? And like as an entrepreneur, like have you also helped another student? Because there are people who are like, I like what you're doing. You understand? So can you please help me, because I want to be like you? And what would you advise them when they say, I want to be like you? Because if I were to speak from my personal perspective, people say, look, I've been watching you, you've been doing a great job, now I want to be like you. And now my response will be like, I understand that you want to be like me, but you can't be an exact copy of me. You understand? Because I can agree that we may have the same goals, right, of being, let's say, maybe financially free. You understand? But the way which you're going to maneuver through the journey, it's not the same. You understand? But even though we may have the same goals, so what I can do, I can just guide that particular person, do this like this. You understand? Because even if like both of us can be gents like this, like we like, no, our goal, you have a business of a clothing brand, I have a photography business, you know, and then you raising maybe, let's say per month, you're raising around about 15,000 revenue. Then I'd be like, yo, I wanna do the same also and raise 15,000 revenue with my photography business. And bear in mind that we're selling two different kinds of services and products.
Totally different industry.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you may guide me on how can I make sure that things are like they're in alignment with what I do. But I can't say, you know, take my method and then paste it here, it's gonna work. You know, because your method is for clothing, my method is for photography. You know, so how would you go about things? Or would you go about things the same way as I mentioned?
Yeah, no, the way you mentioned it was spot on. What I'd add to that is that you have to be in a spirit of collaboration. And in the spirit of collaboration, you have to know what is your plus, what is the thing that you are bringing to the table. Because this is not the first time that we've collaborated as two businesses. But even though we're in different industries, it all came to one final project, one final result. You gain exposure, I gain exposure. You know, you get sales here. People also want to do photo shoots there because they see what you're doing. So you have to find out what your skills are. And if there's a thing, sometimes people just want to copy you, Mara Nje. Like, for me, you'd have to know graphic design. You'd have to know, you know, Nje, the quality. Where are you going to find the manufacturers that you are looking for? You have to have that kind of personality that is always... You know, you must have a network of people around you. People who do the same things as you, people who can assist you with your products, people who can... There must be an energy in that way. So what you must do, you must find yourself in a collaborative spirit. And that's how you are going to grow yourself, because in that way you can also see how those are other steps that the other business takes. You can do benchmarking to compare yourself. How can I take some of those operations and put them here and remix them nyana just so that, you know, they fit into my brand? Yeah, but you need to have an idea of your own. You need to have... Start with, if it's a service, if it's a product, start with like that basic one, that number one product or that number one service, where you know, this is the main thing that you are going to be doing, the main thing that you are going to be selling. And how can you collaborate? Which other companies would help you in order to like fulfill that final goal? So collaborate.
You mentioned like graphic designing, you know. So if like, not even if, you know that there's young people who are who want to dive into graphic designing and then take their design and then put it in clothing and then start a brand, you know. So a lot of people don't have knowledge about the resources. You understand? So where would you say, like, or which platform would you say that it's best for you to do your graphic designing?
Graphic designing, I really do recommend Adobe, because Adobe Photoshop is one.
Okay.
That's one that I really do recommend. However, with AI these days, there's a lot of tools that you can use to really graphic design. There's another one called Kittle.ai. That's where you can find, it's KITTL.ai if I'm not mistaken, or it could be .com, but it's KITTL.com. That's where you can find templates of designs. So designs that are made for print on demand. And as well, there's also Canva. There are a lot of tools that you can use to find designs and also remake things. One thing that I really want to push a lot of graphic designers to do, one thing that you must really practice is to remake a logo. Something that you see in real life, how will you be able to put it down on your screen? So that's how you're going to develop your skills. So that when you know what you want to do, you already have those skills to do it. You just need to practice. But if you are going to start, you have to use whatever's available to you. I say use Canva now because it's a free platform. You can also use Canva. You can use Kittle as well. But
people need to pay for these things, guys. Let's be honest.
If you are starting, you have to pay.
But like,
you have to pay because I understand that you have to pay, but when you're starting, you still have to gain that skill, because sometimes you're going to pay for a platform, but you don't even know where to start. You don't even know what you're trying to do. It's a waste of money. So first, develop your skills so that you know once you have that major tool, you're able to do what you need to do.
But don't you think that like during the starting period, let's say maybe we know Canva has elements, right? And you want to utilize those specific elements, but you can't because you're on a free version.
Yeah. No.
So that's why I'm saying, why aren't people like paying like from the start, or maybe even better, pay for a yearly subscription.
Yeah, and then you're free.
You're free.
Rest, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of ways, guys. The thing is, there's a lot of ways to dodge these systems, man.
Why do you want to dodge?
You can pay. You have to. I feel like if you are going to do this continuously and you want the best quality and you want the most uniqueness, then you'd have to pay. But then there's a lot of apps that you can use. If you are looking for a specific element, maybe wherever you found it, you can take that element, you can remove the background, you can resize the image, you can enhance that image, and then you upload it back without a background. And you can use it as an element on Canva as well, just as it is. So you just need to find out which tools are the ones that are going to help you, especially if you can't pay now. You have to find out what's the best thing for you. But if you are really equipped with those skills and you have everything, then just go for Adobe. Adobe can do everything that you need to do. Even now, Adobe has AI integrated into the system. So you have all those other tools as well. So yeah, you can develop something big there. But for starting, guys, just take your designs, remove the backgrounds, enhance the image, make sure that it's sharp. Use SVG as well, because SVG is gonna make sure the quality is very high instead of PNG.
PNG,
Use SVG. SVG, make sure Wuti, even if you zoom or you whatever, it's perfect.
Yeah. And then lastly, which I want to ask you is that what's next for you, man? Like, do you see yourself scaling your business after graduation, or do you have other plans in mind?
I do see scaling definitely in the future. I came here for a lot of business opportunities.
Yeah.
And Saint Ventura is just one industry. I want to go to all kinds of industries. I want to have that kind of investment where I'm able to help other startup companies that could be very big in the future. It's very beneficial that we're in Jozi. This is the place where it has the highest GDP, the most money moves around Jozi in this country. So you just have to see yourself investing in your friends who have business ideas, especially when they're starting out. Just help them out, and then you can take it from there. Just start with startups, invest, and you'll be fine. Help your friends out, then you'll be good.
All right. Shout out for the response, but like, I was like, before you answered, or the first statement you answered, I thought, man, why is this guy having like doubts? That's why I'm like, hey, what are you saying?
I'm not doubting. The thing is, I want to see myself as a multi-business owner. So I don't want to see myself working on one project for 10 years. I really want to come up with ideas for different brands. I'm also thinking of going to the beverage industry. So yeah,
that's interesting.
But there's a lot of ideas that have to come around. But I'm not the only businessman in Johannesburg. There's a lot. And the nice thing is that you have to, especially me as a business owner, you have open communication with your suppliers and manufacturers. And that's where you really see that there's a lot of potential, especially when you're talking to the owners and they tell you, this is not the only business that they have. They have many other businesses. Even though they are in a manufacturing business, that one is doing very well. You can see a lot of orders are coming through, whatever they are manufacturing, whether it be plastic or cans or whatever it is. Just know that that's not the only market that there is. There's a lot of industries. So yeah, I'm looking to expand.
Man. Well, I just want to say a special shout out to you, man, for coming through to the podcast for the very first episode. And I don't have a lot of words, man, but I'm really, really grateful. You understand? And I hope to see you on the next episode. Not episode 2, but on the upcoming
Somewhere, somehow.
You get it?
Yeah.
But otherwise, man, thank you so much.
Nah, shout out.
I appreciate you.
This was a really good podcast. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward, man. This thing's gonna be big. I know it. I can feel it. Yeah, I'm very happy to be helpful for you in the first step. Even though it's not really the first step, you had to take a lot of time to plan this thing. It takes a lot of time, but yeah, thank you for the opportunity, man.
Shout out, man. So before we wrap things up, beautiful people, right? I just want our guest to let us know where can we find him. How. The how and where.
Yeah. You guys can find me on Instagram. Personally, it's Steve from NST. But you can also find my clothing brand, which is Saint Ventura Collection. And yeah, Instagram's the main platform. But then, if I know you very well, if you're a very good boy, good girl, you can have the numbers. But not now.
Why are you promoting this way now?
No, if you're good, I'm only into good people. So if you're a good person, we'll be good people. And you'll have my number. And Mara, currently Instagram, get your clothing at Saint Ventura Collection. And then, if you want to see me, Steve from NST, representing 013 up in JHB. I'm from KMG.
Okay, with the rhymes.
Shout out.
With the rhymes. Okay, beautiful people, man. I just want to say a special shout out for the viewers. If you've come this far from watching podcasts with Snaps, I just want to say thank you very much. Please make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe. Other than that, this is your boy Laugh Through Snaps. Let me try to throw some rhymes, This is your boy from 1632, rapping mid-rant.
Yeah.
Yo, damn.
At least. But at least we know where you from, bro. We know where you from.
At least, otherwise, man, peace out.
Shout out.